Clefable, the Gen 1 Pokemon that packs a punch but is super adorable. Now this is a Pokemon I never thought I would use as a kid and never thought I'd ever use it as an adult. Looking back on my childhood, I always thought there's just better options. But looking into this run, Clefable has quite a bit of bulk, powerful moveset, and this should make for quite a fun combination for a solo run. First, let's look into Clefable a little more closely. Clefable truly does have some bulk, starting with a 95 base HP stat, and along with that, a 90 base special defense. Physical is pretty meh for a fully evolved Pokemon at 73 base, but I do think it is going to take quite a bit to take down this adorable pink Pokemon. And like I said, this Fluffball is no weak Pokemon in the attack department either. Sure, physical isn't great, so stab normal moves aren't going to be our thing this run, but that special attack of 85 and the TMs Clefable can learn is going to make for quite a wild ride. Lots of top tier special moves such as Thunderbolt and Psychic will be making this quite a fun Pokemon to use. Now, that's a lot of good for one Pokemon, but what about the bad? Well, due to it being a stone evolution, we get 4 moves for Brock, and that's it. And well, they're going to be an interesting combination. We've got Sting, Minimize, Double Slap, and the almighty gamble of Metronome. Now, Double Slap only has 10 PP and is 85% accurate, making for quite an issue, especially for Brock since he's going to resist those attacks. And then we have Metronome, the move that will choose from any move in the game except itself. So we could get something amazing like a grass move, or we could get something pretty useless like an electric move. But until we get our hands on some TMs, this is going to be an interesting ride. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching the Gyarados video. I truly appreciate it. It was a lot of fun that run. And you know what? Let me know in the comments of this video, do you think Clefable will be faster than Gyarados or slower? With that, let's get this started up and see how Clefable does. In our journey by taking on our rival, and I have replaced Charmander with Clefable using their universal randomizer, and this is because Clefable has coverage for all 3 Pokemon, but Blastoise will have the most bulk in terms of HP and special defense base stats, so hopefully this gives us the most challenge for this run. And after our slapping around the rival a little bit in the lab here, we make our way to Viridian Forest, and I'm going to take on every trainer in the woods this time, as my plan for Brock is going to be using Metronome if I can. But we're going to need our best defense and a lot of HP for this, as if we get some useless moves, Brock is going to be able to take us down pretty easily. Make it to Brock in about 30 minutes of in-game time, and well, this fight goes absolutely perfect. Like I said from the beginning, my plan was always going to be to use Metronome, and well, after using Minimize a few times to allow myself HP just in case things go wrong, we land a freaking Vine Whip for Geodude. And then the Onix comes out and we hit a Giga Drain. What amazing luck for that one. Hopefully we didn't use it up for the whole run. I need to go buy a lottery ticket though. Wow. On our way through Mount Moon, we finally realized the main problem with this moveset, and that's small PP. During our battle with Super Nerd Miguel, we were able to get all the way to his final Pokemon Voltorb, but not before we get poisoned by the Grimer, and not before we run out of PP on Metronome and Double Slap. And unfortunately, due to the poison, we are not able to run out the rest of our PP to use Struggle, and this results in our first reset of the run, which is quite unfortunate because Clefable was absolutely breezing through here at the moment. But, oh well, in our second attempt, things go better, but not by much. It does allow us to actually defeat Super Nerd, but we still run out of PP again. But thanks to us not being poisoned, we are actually able to run out our PP on Sing and Minimize, and then use the move Struggle to take out the final Voltorb. I then grab the Helix Fossil, because, well, Lord Helix, obviously. And then I go out and teach Clefable the move Mega Punch at one of the move tutors. This move has 20 PP, which will definitely help us out for areas where going back to heal will just wreck our time. Going into Cerulean, I decided to take on Misty before the rival, and this is because Misty gives the TM for Water Pulse, which is something Clefable can learn and will result in us not relying on inaccurate moves during that fight, which I think the rival can actually cause us quite a bit of grief. And at a time of 1 hour, we attempt our first fight for our second gym badge, and my plan is to finally fully utilize the Sing. And that's exactly how it goes. We put the Staryu to sleep, and then 2 Mega Punches when we finally hit them take down Staryu, and Starmie comes out next, and that 55% accuracy comes into play. We miss 3 times in a row. Finally put it to sleep though with 10 HP, and Starmie stays asleep as we get a critical hit Mega Punch to put it to the red and take it out with one last punch. That was super close. I don't want to use Sing anymore. Straight to the rival fight, but not before teaching Water Pulse, of course, and with 2 Water Pulses we were able to take down Turd's Pidgeotto, well, with a little help from Confusion. Water Pulse then one-shots the Rattata. Squirrel comes out next, and well, I tried to put it to sleep a couple times, but Sing kept missing, and he kept using Withdraw, so finally I decided to start using Mega Punch before it becomes absolutely useless. We're able to take it to the red, and I use Water Pulse to finish it for more accuracy. Last is Abril, and well, it can't do any damage, so a few Water Pulses take it out, and we're off to Bill's house. Look, there's a Clefairy here. Oh, wait. It's just Bill doing his weird experiments again. Well, we help him get out of that, and we get our ticket for the SS Anne, and we are off. Before we can head to Vermilion, we have to take on this Team Rocket Grunt. And, well, I'm highlighting this because you get the TM for Dig from this Grunt, and Clefable can actually learn Dig, so this is going to be pretty important for our next gym fight. On the SS Anne, I pick up the TM for Rest, grab all the berries from the kitchen, and then take on their rival for the second time. And well, this fight goes pretty similar to our last one. Few Water Pulses take down the Pidgeotto, again with the help from Confusion. But the Raticate comes out next, and instead of being one shot, it does take 2 Water Pulses, but it does only Tail Whip us, so that's perfect. Kadabra is next, and due to his weak physical defense, I just Mega Punch it. And War Turtle comes out last. A couple Mega Punches is all it needs, as Water Gun does absolute pitiful damage to us. We then go make the captain feel a bit better, get the HM for Cut, and then go and catch our first friend, Diglett. We're going to take on Lieutenant Surge. I pick up the bike voucher for we can get a bicycle after we beat the gym. Lieutenant Surge was a walk for my little fluff, especially once we taught Dig. He was able to one-shot the Voltorb, and then he was able to one-shot the Pikachu with it. Unfortunately, he was not able to one-shot the Raichu, but he was able to take it into the red. And then after Lieutenant Surge heals it a few times, all we have to do is break through paralysis and hit it with a couple Water Pulses, as Clefable's special defense truly shows here, and we are able to take the badge with about half health. We then fumble our way through the dark and rock tunnel, as getting the HM for Flash just isn't worth it. And then we make our way for a quick stop in Lavender Town before we head to Celadon. Make my way through the Rocket Hideout, and while there, we pick up a rare candy, then beat up the Grunt with the lift key, so we make our way to Giovanni. I did this before Erica because I just thought levels over moveset right now would be ideal. The Giovanni fight goes absolutely easy because we have Water Pulse. The Onix goes down in one shot. Rhyhorn goes down in one shot. The Kangaskhan comes out next, and I decided to just Mega Punch after it flinches us a couple times there, and we trade a couple things, and then Water Pulse. Actually, the Kangaskhan was quite hard. I think we got a little lucky there, but we were able to take it out, and we were able to take down the first Giovanni fight with pretty relative ease besides the Kangaskhan. Before we take on Erica, I go and buy the TM for Secret Power and teach it over Mega Punch. It does pretty similar power, I think 70 versus 85, but it's a lot more accurate, being 100%. So I like this quite a bit more for us. And then it's on to take on Erica here. The plan, if you couldn't tell, is just to spam Secret Power. But I did forget one key aspect of this Erica fight. Victory Bell knows Stun Spore and likes to use it on the first turn. And unfortunately, in our first attempt, we are paralyzed and we are left a little short versus the Vileplume, as it takes us down with a couple Giga Drains, a couple crits, and us getting paralyzed a few times. It's a mixture for disaster. But there's one short answer here. Cherry Berry. I forgot to attach it last time, so we did this for the second attempt. And guess what? We paralyzed the Victory Bell, so we don't have to worry about it at all. Tangela misses as we take it down with 2 Secret Powers. Vileplume comes out next. We paralyze it. A little taste of Erica's own medicine there for a nice second try victory. I'll take it for sure. 4 badges down, so we go catch ourselves a Spearow, grab the HM for Fly, And then it's off to Lavender Town to save Mr. Fuji, but first, another rival battle, and this one, well, it goes off without a hitch. It's another secret power marathon as we take out Pidgeotto with 2, Water Pulse is enough for the Growlithe, and then, well, it's back to spamming that A button on secret power as we finish off the Execute in 2, we finish off the Kadabra in 1, and then eventually we are going to be able to take down the War Turtle as it is a little bulky, and with withdrawal, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but we get the job done eventually. Saving Mr. Fuji from Team Rocket, he rewards us with the Poke Flute, and then it's off to pick up the TM for return, and we're not done there. We head our way to Saffron and pick up the TM for Psychic, and now it's on to Koga as we head for our 5th gym badge in about 3 hours. Now that we are starting to gain access to stronger TMs and more of them, we truly are seeing where Clefable starts to gain traction. And being able to learn Psychic just in time for Koga is truly evidence of this, as Clefable makes absolute work of his poison types, one-shotting everything but the bulky Muck, and unfortunately not one-shotting the Weezing as we low-rolled on the first Psychic, but we are able to take it down in 2 once it heals up. Now, before we leave the city, we do have a few housekeeping items that we need to do before we head on to Saffron. And that's heading into the Safari Zone so we can go pick up the golden teeth that we can eventually give to the Warden. I also pick up the TM for Double Team just because it's there. And then we get the HM for Surf. And then after all this, once we're done in Safari Zone, we give the golden teeth to the Warden so we can get the HM for Strength. And now it's on for our 6th badge and to head up to Silphco and take down Team Rocket. Silphco, I make quick work, really only battling the trainer that blocks our way to getting the pass key. But once we have that, I zip right to the rival, as I truly do trust Clefable's moveset and the level that it's at right now to get this job done. And, well, maybe I shouldn't have, because at about 3.5 hours, we make our first attempt, and it doesn't go exactly as planned. Pidgeot comes out, and it's a 3-shot as I start mixing up moves instead of just trusting it to use Psychic or anything else. And I was hoping for it to only be about 2. Growlithe then goes down in 2 shots as well as we low rolled the Water Pulse, which is really unfortunate. And then instead of just using Psychic versus the Execute, we tried Secret Power and it's able to paralyze us, which is going to cause issues as now we might not get moves off. As you can see, we do get paralyzed a couple times versus the Execute. Kadabra goes down relatively easy once we're actually able to hit it. Secret Power and a mixture of Water Pulse get the job done. But the Blastoise is bulky, and we don't have anything that's super effective versus it. And with only 44 HP, we're just not going to get the job done as we take a Future Sight from the Kadabra, and it takes us out. Now, I do remember we have Shockwave, so I teach that over Dig, hoping that's going to help us in the long run. So let's try this again. Pidgeot comes out. We use Shockwave as it uses Feather Dance, so thank goodness we taught a 3rd special attack. We take it out, and then we one-shot the Growlithe with a Water Pulse. And then the Execute will come out 3rd. And instead of doing what we did last time, I just used Psychic twice, taking it out as it just tries to paralyze us. But thankfully, we still had our Cherry Berry, so we were able to avoid that. Alakazam comes out, and that is a bit more annoying as it just uses Calm Mind and Reflect to start the fight, bulking up its defenses. But eventually, we're able to take it out as I just used Future Sight multiple times. Blastoise is last, and we have about 81 HP after taking a Future Sight. We use Shockwave, and it looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot. And once Blastoise finally decides to stop using Protect, with 1 HP in a Dream, we are able to take down the Blastoise and beat the rival. Wow, maybe we should have trained up a bit more. Nah, we'll keep running it like this. I thought the Giovanni fight in Celadon was easy. Well, with having Psychic, it's even easier. We one-shot the Nidorino, which beautiful. The Nidoqueen comes out and it's a 2-shot, but we still have taken minimal damage so far in this fight. Kangaskhan comes out and we use Psychic and it looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot. Yep, a 3-shot. So still, it just used Rage, which is awesome. And Rhyhorn's a 1-shot with Water Pulse. Walk in the park for Clefable. It is just running the show right now. Silphco being saved, we can get back to our gym badges, and Sabrina is up next. And well, my plan is to use our mediocre physical attack, as most of her Pokemon are going to be weak physically. And well, she must have known this was my plan, as Kadabra uses Reflect, doubling their physical defense, which is just great. Kadabra is still just a 2-shot, but Mr. Mime makes our lives even harder as it uses Barrier after a Secret Power. And then it confuses us. Great. We then hit ourselves twice in a row before taking Mr. Mime out. Sabrina then sends Venomoth out next, and 2 secret powers is all we need. And we have 55 HP for the Ace Alakazam, but Clefable must have just been too intimidating, as Alakazam doesn't even want to attack us, and 2 more secret powers is enough to get our 6th badge of the run. Bar is our next location as we go for our 7th gym badge, but first we have to go through the mansion as we need that secret key to get in there. And while in there, we are going to pick up a few TMs as we pick up the TM for Blizzard. We get the secret key right after this, and then we also picked up the TM for Solar Beam, and that was a bit of a waste of time, but we got it anyways, just so you guys know. With that, it's time for our first attempt at Blaine, an in-game time of 4 hours, and I've got Water Pulse, so I'm feeling super confident. We take down the Growlithe in one shot. Ponyta is next. See ya later. Rapidash is third, and it's a 2-shot. Okay, well, we're sitting okay. 103 HP. Fluff's got this. 1 Water Pulse, all we need. And oh, 2 Fire Blasts take us out. Okay, well, my plan is time for a setup move. Calm Mind is being taught. We're going to teach that over secret power. Bye-bye secret power, but this is something we are definitely going to need, as clearly we need a little extra juice in our Water Pulse here. So we're going to set up versus the Growlithe. 1 Calm Mind, 2 Calm Mind. As we take a few Fire Blasts, we get up to +4 special attack. And then it's time to start drowning some fire types. 1 Water Pulse takes down the Growlithe and Ponyta. Rapidash comes out third. We take a Fire Blast. We're at 74 HP. Arcanine is last, but we are faster and one-shot it. See ya later, Blaine. Thanks for the 7th badge. Time to walk Giovanni. Straight to Giovanni from Blaine, and in similar fashion, Calm Mind is going to be very much a hand, as we are going to set up versus first Rhyhorn, and we are able to get to +2 special attack, as it just drops our speed to 4 stages. Cool. But 1 Water Pulse is all we need. Nidoqueen is also a one-shot once we actually click Psychic, because I accidentally hit Shockwave. That might cost us a little bit. The King falls in similar fashion to the Queen. 1 Psychic, but not before an Earthquake. The Geo is next, and it takes us to 12 HP before we take out with Water Pulse. And well, as long as we outspeed Rhyhorn, and we do, all 8 badges are ours, and it's finally off to the Elite Four with Little Fluff here. But before we can head to the Elite Four, we have 1 more rival fight. Let's get right into it and see how we can go. I think you guys are noticing a bit of a trend here now that we have a setup move. It's going to come in handy, but all we need is 1 Shockwave as we crit the Pidgeot. 1 Water Pulse is going to be probably enough, but I am going to set up versus the Rhyhorn here just because it can't do too much for us. And we actually got Q-Charm off on it too, which is the best part because it doesn't hit us at all for the most part. We're at 109 HP, and here we go. Time to one-shot Turds team. We take down the Growlithe. Execute comes out next, and 1 Psychic is all it needs, even though it's not very effective. A Water Pulse should take down the Alakazam. It does. It's a crit. I don't think that was needed. Shockwave is going to take down Blastoise, and if that's the way it's going to look when we go to take down him when he's champion, I am super excited for this ending of this run here. Nothing too exciting happens in Victory Road, so straight to the Elite Four here. It's time to put away our friends that helped us out. Diglett, Spearow, and Lapras. See ya later. We go pick up 4 full restores because that's all we're going to need for the rest of this run, and it's time to take on the Elite Four. First member is Lorelei, and well, this is where that luck from Brock finally turns against us. In our first fight, I get fully set up with Calm Mind versus the Dewgong, and well, when we're finally ready to attack it, we don't one-shot it, and then it freezes us, and then it takes us down. Okay, well, our second attempt, we get all the way to our last Pokemon Jinx, and it puts us to sleep, and then chips away with Ice Punch as we just don't want to wake up, and takes us down. Cool. You know what they say, 3rd time's the charm, right? We set up versus the Dewgong again, but this time we go all the way to +6 using Calm Mind, giving us a +6 special attack and special defense. as it just chips away at us with Sturf and hail damage. And well, once we're fully set up, it's time for a freaking light show, as one shockwave takes down the Dugong, one shockwave takes down the Cloyster, Slowbro comes out third, and you guessed it right, one more shockwave takes it out. We've got 2 more of Lorelei's Pokemons left. Shockwave destroys both of them. Lapras and Jinx go down as Jinx missed that lovely kiss. Thank goodness. And it was a 2-shot for the Jinx, but it still was a freaking light show finally. On to Bruno, and what is usually quite easy of an Elite Four member takes some turns here, as Fluff is only a normal type, and we are unfortunately slower than the Hitmonchan and don't one-shot it. Bruno's able to take us out. So, I've got a Carbos still. Let's use that and see if that helps boost our speed stat a little bit. And if we get a little more lucky here. Round 2, the Onix goes down with Water Pulse just like it did in the first. Perfect. We're still sitting good there. No worries at all. Hitmonchan comes out, and it's still faster. Okay. Well, we were able to take it out at least, but the Hitmonlee finished us off. We've got a couple rare candies though, so let's use those up. Put us to level 60. Why not? And then give us a third time try here again. Well, the third time, we see some noticeable differences. I actually calm mine versus the Onix because I think we can get one off. I use Psychic and then take it out. We're faster than Hitmonchan, and we one-shot now due to the buff. We are still slower than Hitmonlee, but we do survive on 7 HP. Our Machamp comes out as it last, and we get the 1, but Rock 2 misses, and then we are able to take it down after a few healing turns here with Psychic. All we've got left is Onix, and we know we're faster than this, so a Water Pulse, and we finally beat Bruno. I think it's the hardest time I've ever had with Bruno. And now I get to go and have my favorite Elite Four member fight, Agatha. Well, our first attempt goes exactly how I thought it was going to go. Gengar sets up double team and gets a Toxic off against us. And we just miss every single Psychic, so I reset. And honestly, this is pretty silly of me, as we have a move that doesn't miss Shockwave. And I don't know why I wasn't using this. And it took me a couple of attempts to realize that too. For our second attempt, I did apply the Petra Berry at least. So at least we were using our brain in that sense and are able to hopefully get by the Toxic. But unfortunately, Gengar still sets up double team. And honestly, this is just a frustrating lead fight, as it confuses us. We hit ourselves in confusion not once, not twice, but I'm pretty sure it was 3 times there. And then I start setting up thinking, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe we've got a good chance here. We finally take the Gengar down because I use Shockwave. And then we go back to Psychic. But we're confused again and hit ourselves twice before taking down the Golbat. But Arbok comes out next and is going to be able to finish us off. Okay. Well, once again, is third time the charm. Like I said, Gengar loves to set up double team, so let's set up ourselves. We're going to match the double team with our Calm Minds. We are at +4 right now, and we go for +5 as it went for Toxic and missed. And this is where I decided to use Shockwave. We take down Gengar number 1 with ease there. Golbat comes out and confuses us. It is still faster, but we take it down with a Psychic as we break through. Arbok is third. Same thing, faster, but with all that HP, Sludge Bomb's not going to do enough. The next Gengar comes out, misses a Hypnosis, thank goodness, as we take it out. And Haunter's left, but all it does is Mean Look. And honestly, I think that was my easiest Agatha fight I've had in a really long time. And our final Elite Four member, Lance. This is going to be interesting. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this one, as I didn't go buy the TM for Ice Beam, and I thought Shockwave would be enough, but the Gyarados with the combination of Dragon Rage and Bite takes us below half before we can take it out, so Aerodactyl's going to do quite a bit of damage to us. We're at 4 HP for the Dragon Airs, or actually Dragonite comes out, and we don't one-shot it, so alright, we got to do a second attempt. And I teach Blizzard instead of Water Pulse because Water Pulse is going to have no more use for us anymore besides the Arcanine. But I have a plan for the Arcanine anyways. So we're going to teach that over that for we can hopefully one-shot these dragon types. Well, this Elite Four is having quite a trend. As our second turn, we go to set up again, making sure we're going to be able to one-shot everything with Blizzard. And the Gyarados takes a good chunk of our health away. We're at about, I would say about half there. We do take the Gyarados down in one shot, which is awesome. Aerodactyl comes out next. And again, Ancient Power does a good chunk. We do one-shot it with Blizzard. But here's where the problem with Blizzard comes in. 70% accuracy. We miss. Well, third time. Let's see what we can do. We're going to set up the same way. We're going to use one Calm Mind this time, though, because I don't want to get a little bit greedy. We are going to Calm Mind on a full restore. And we got lucky because our Q Charm ability activated. So Gyarados actually wasn't able to touch us too much. And then we get even more lucky as we only missed Blizzard once versus the Aerodactyl, and we have 72 HP, but then we don't miss a Blizzard again, and we take down the Dragonite, we take down the first Dragonair, and then the last Dragonair goes down in similar fashion. Clefable, you are killing the game. On to the champion turd, and Calm Mind. It's been a staple since we got it. Q Charm did activate here, which is good. So we're going to hopefully save a bit of health, and we can upgrade our special attack a little bit more and get greedy with it. A Shockwave then does take out the Pidgeot. Alakazam comes out next. And I'm going to use Shockwave again as there's nothing really else to use. I guess we could have tried Blizzard, but I want to save it. And Blizzard starts missing again. Oh, okay. Well, let's try this again here. Same start. We're going to use Calm Mind. Pidgeot actually gets Q Charmed again, and it activates a lot more this time. So we are able to set up quite a bit here. It does get a Sand Attack off twice, though, so that is worrisome. But we are going to Shockwave a majority of Turd's Pokemon. So Pidgeot goes down. Alakazam almost is a one-shot. It'll be a two-shot due to healing. And we have 140 HP set up for the last four. Can this Blizzard miss? And it did, but a Sleep Powder missed too. And then we hit Blizzard perfectly. Right on his next. A Water Pulse takes it out. And then Arcanine is next. And I actually misspoke here. I replaced Psychic because we don't need it anymore instead of Water Pulse. And we kept Water Pulse for that Arcanine. And a Shockwave takes down Blastoise. And Clefable has taken Kanto by storm and has become the champion of the region. This was a fun run. It really does pack a punch, especially with the Calm Mind and all those crazy TMs it can learn. 5 hours and 4 minutes is all it took for us to get in to this point in game time. And I was talking to this with a buddy. If Gen 3 had Fairy, I cannot believe how broken Clefable would be. If you guys have made it this far, though, please hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed it. And until next one, we'll see you guys.